What's up, YouTube? It's time for me to make my official Week 5 Thursday Night Football prediction. Let's dive into it. We have the Seattle Seahawks taking on the LA Rams. Both of these teams play in the best division in the NFL. The NFC West is an absolute juggernaut. Arizona is currently 4-0. They're the only undefeated team in the NFL. Los Angeles is 3-1, but before the season, most people picked them to win this division, and they were the favorite to win the NFC West. Seattle is always going to be a factor as long as Russell Wilson is under center, and San Francisco made the Super Bowl 2 years ago. All of these teams have a realistic shot at winning this division. Let's dive into what happened last week. Los Angeles was coming in hot. They were flying high after beating the defending Super Bowl champions in Los Angeles. Kyler Murray went to LA in SoFi Stadium and dismantled the LA defense. Let's shift our attention over to what Seattle did last week to San Francisco. They weren't playing good football. Seattle came into that game as a 1-2 football team. There was a ton of urgency. If Seattle lost that game, they would fall to 1-3 and be in last place in the NFC West. Seattle had to win in San Francisco. They had no other choice, and that's exactly what they did. When it comes to this Thursday night matchup, I love the fact that Seattle's playing at home. They typically don't lose at home. However, in their first game of the season, they had a 30-16 lead to the Tennessee Titans. They ended up losing in overtime. Last year, Russell Wilson lost his first ever home playoff game to the Los Angeles Rams. I expect Russell Wilson to duplicate what Kyler Murray did to the LA defense. Remember, folks, last season in Week 17, Arizona needed to beat Los Angeles in order to clinch a playoff spot. Unfortunately, they lost and weren't able to do so. Last season, Russell had his first ever home playoff loss in which he threw a pick six to lose that football game. I expect him to bounce back in the same way Kyler did last week. I love the way how Seattle's offense is clicking. Russell Wilson typically plays like an MVP candidate during the first half of the season. He's a top 5 quarterback. On the other side, this is Matt Stafford's first big road game as the quarterback of the LA Rams. His first semi-big game was against the Chicago Bears in his opening debut. His first big game was against the Tampa Bay Bucks, and last week, in his second big game, he was also at home in SoFi Stadium. This week, he has a short week, has to play Seattle in Seattle without a competent running attack. I don't love their chances without Cam Akers. He's expected to be out the entire season, and this defense has taken a step back. I'm going to go with Russell Wilson. I expect this game to be close. It will be high scoring. It will come down to the end, but ultimately, I'm not betting against Russell Wilson at home. I got the Seahawks winning 31-27. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and tell me what you think. Leave a comment down below. Thanks, guys.